Hi, welcome to the Christian Jack Bennett Show. Today we are looking at how to stay happy. Now, yesterday I saw the Disney film Swiss Family Robinson, and I've seen it many times before, but there was just something so poignant about the end scene with Fritz and Roberta when they finally reveal that happiness was right in front of them all along. What I find incredible about all of us humans, like what I really just find so fascinating, is the more I study spiritual sort of happiness and self-improvement, and the more books I read, the more videos I watch and listen to, they're all full of the same messages, really. In other words, humans already know a lot of the answers about how to be happy and where happiness is found. So, you've got a Disney film here, which came out in the 60s, which went at the time to millions of people to watch and to soak up that lesson. So why, since the 60s, has the world gone down a route of seeking out happiness? And if you look at all the adverts that come out, they're always about, if you buy this or if you have this. They don't actually say it, but it's basically said, if you have this, then you are going to be happy. And obviously the reason they're doing that is money. People just want to make money, and that's another show topic for another day. So why do we keep going down the route of seeking happiness when we know that actually happiness is not a destination, because it's always available to you? It's always literally there for you just to open your eyes, open your senses and feel it. And you can do that in several ways. So first, let me just explain a little sort of story about a young athlete who thought he would be happy when he won the Olympic 400 meters running race. He tried this for 15 years, but was never successful. Next, he thought he'd look at being a world record holder, at walking around the world in the fastest time. 15 years later, and he hadn't broken the record. He tried, and he started to feel depressed. Then one fateful day, he was involved in a car crash. He was so badly hurt that he couldn't walk. Now he turns to his partner as he's lying in the hospital bed, and he says, "If only I could walk around this room, I would be happy." And at that point, it was then he realized where happiness lay. All those years of struggling. And the message I want to get to you listening to this: please don't waste 30 odd years of your life pursuing happiness as a destination. Please don't put it all into objects, into things. If you get this, if you get that. Yesterday, I wrote a post on my website, christianjacksbennett.com, and it was basically about who can make you happy. So I recommend you go to the website and read that one. But today I just wanted to drum home more about how you can tap into the happiness that is within you right now. And importantly, how you can stay happy. So first of all, please, whatever you're doing, please stop. As long as it's safe to do so. Hopefully you're not actually driving or anything. Just get yourself into a position where you can just stop and focus on this next bit. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to apply the most powerful word that has ever been written. And that word is perspective. I want you to find a positive perspective on the worst part of your life. That's right. Don't think of the best thing. This is about focusing right now in your life. What's the worst part of your life? Is it to do with COVID? Is it something you're doing during COVID? Is it, you're eating too much, you're getting overweight, you're drinking too much? Is it you're missing your family? Whatever it is, I don't want to put things in your mind, but whatever it is, just think about the worst thing in your life right now. Just like that athlete I just told you about, I want you to realize right now that the worst situation that you are thinking of, it actually has all of the components to make you happy. And what I mean about that is when you start to examine where you are in the moment, you don't actually always have to focus about that specific thing you're worried about, but actually there is a yin and yang approach to this where the flip side to it is actually the reverse of what you're feeling. Very quickly, let me just give you an example. So one of the things a lot of people go through is divorce and or heartache, even if it's a teenage romance and then the romance breaks up, the relationship breaks up. A lot of people just sit there and they reflect back on the pain. They think, I feel so sad. People don't understand how deeply sad I feel. And they go down this route. The ego takes their brain down this route, and it takes all their sort of time and effort into thinking in this way, and they feel depressed, etc. But actually, you have to learn not to be your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And in the scenario where you have actually lost somebody, someone's left you, you're feeling heartache, the truth of the matter is that in fact, the more pain you're feeling, the more heartache you're feeling, is actually reflection. It's a reflection that actually you have been lucky enough to feel such love for somebody. It's a reflection of how amazing you are because you love something that much that you still want to think about it. Now, at that point, you realize that you then need to move on and you need to celebrate and be happy about the fact that you're a type of person that has felt love and has given love in such a strong way. Now, getting back to the subject of how to stay happy. Now, I don't know what your worst thing right now is, but I want to try and help you train your brain to defeat your negative thoughts and feel happy. And I'm going to pick actually the issue of being overweight as an example. And you should be able to adapt what I say to your own situation. If you can't, then please go to my website and leave a comment on the post, which is called How to Stay Happy. And I'll be happy to try and help you. So if you are worried about being overweight, realize that your happiness does not lie in how much you weigh. Realize that many people in your exact circumstance, yes, believe it or not, a lot of people have been overweight. A lot of people have been facing the fact that maybe they're overweight because they're ill and it's hard to lose it. But people have, and this is a fact, people have reduced their weight and become healthy, even when they're facing such circumstances. That's a fact you need to latch onto. So focus on these facts. And also focus on the facts that are around you in that moment. So if you're lying there, I don't know your circumstances, but if you're lying there, you're thinking, I feel overweight, I'm never going to lose this weight. And you're, wherever you are right now, I just want you to think about other facts that are in your life right now. And it might seem simple, but the fact that you can look through your eyes, that you haven't been blinded, the fact that you can listen through your ears, that you're not deaf. You have this absolute... Can you imagine if someone was selling someone who didn't have those senses, selling these things in a store? Hey, I'm going to sell you the ability to see things. You'll be able to see all around you the colours, the beauty of nature. You'll be able to listen to the sounds of nature, the sounds of your friends. How much would you pay for that? Imagine if you lost it in an accident tomorrow. How much would you want those back? Be happy that you've got them right now. Forget about your weight. Overrule that in the moment. In fact, you can, with those senses that you've got, watch a program that will make you feel happy. Listen to music that will make you feel happy. Ultimately, teach yourself to open your eyes to what happiness you've got right in front of you right now. And I don't want you to think of me as another one of these, positive, happy people that are just totally lost in some weird sort of, mental sort of retreat that no one else can understand. I'm trying to make this as real as I can. I understand there are painful situations, but you have to realize and override that with facts. What's making you feel pain is your ego. And I hear what's coming out of your thoughts. Don't worry, I've got your back on this, because that voice in your head is probably telling you not to listen to me, isn't it? It's probably right now. There's probably things coming out. How could he possibly know what I'm going through? It's so easy to say be positive, but how can he feel what I'm feeling? You know, I'm in pain. I'm hurting. How can he understand? Look, just shout stop right now. And raise your arm if you have to. Say stop, raise your arm, do a physical movement. And do this every time any thought like that enters your mind and stops you from being happy. Because you have to understand that those thoughts are not you. That's your ego. And your ego will feel threatened by what I'm telling you. I know this sounds a bit crazy. You think, oh, my ego? What? You know, am I two different people? No, look, just understand how we are constructed as humans. Your ego is made up from experiences since childhood. You could have a different ego right now if you'd had different experiences since childhood. That's a fact, again. Your ego will feel threatened by what I am telling you right now. And it will say anything to you to stay alive in your head. And I mean anything, you know, I don't know what your brain is coming up with right now. But, you know, it will try and stop listening to the facts that are coming through to you. So you must learn, this is a great technique, you must learn to laugh at that negative side to the ego. Just laugh at it, because it's actually funny. You know, sometimes when you look back at your life and you sort of think at moments when you felt sad, and you realize it's the voice in your head again that sort of said, oh, you know, it's really sad when I broke that toy, you know, but actually when you look back, it's actually not really that sad at all. And you wasted moments of your life thinking it was sad. It really is quite funny how much the voice tries to ruin your life, and the fact that you have total control. You never ever have to let it ruin your life at all. Once you truly become aware that you are not your thoughts or your constructed ego, you will feel enlightened. Now, you hear that word a lot, but you will feel enlightened. You literally will feel lighter in body. It's almost like this great heavy burden has been lifted off you from those negative thoughts. Now, you've got to remember, you are always in control of filtering what goes through your mind. If you can truly learn to see the many happy facts which surround your life right now, happiness will stay with you throughout your life. Thank you very much for listening.